do you think of that one then? I think you've probably worked out that it's a carving of a creature. But what sort of creature? Well, here's a copy like the one that you've just been looking at. And it's a copy of a very famous piece of Stone Age art known as the Madeleine Bison. It's not just any bison though. People think that he's actually what's called a steppe bison, which is a creature that hasn't been seen in Europe for a long time, a very long time. And it was found, the original was found at a place called Tursac in southern France, and it's thought to be at least 17,000 years old. And it was carved from antler, and I think that it must have been carved from an antler that had a very flat part to it at some point, because you couldn't get that shape from this part of the antler. It's too thin. So somebody had to think very carefully about the material that they were going to use to make this carving. And you can see when you look at it close up that it is very, very cleverly done. Antler is a very tough material to work with, to scratch or carve or put or make into shape. So the person who did this was very, very skilled. You might have also noticed something if you look at it, that the head, it has a much more detail on it than the body. If you turn it round, you saw the other side of it earlier, you can see that there's not quite as much detail on that side, but the face is beautifully carved. Now then, what was this for? Was it just done as a piece of art? Was it just done as a toy, like a toy animal for a child to play with? Was it done as a special ornament? Well, the clue is in how many feet it's got. If you notice, it doesn't have 4 feet, it's only got 3 feet. And because of that, some people think that it might have been carved for a particular use. And to give you another clue, I have the tip of a Stone Age dart. Darts were quite long. In fact, you can see this one is very long. It's about 2 meters long. And here is the tail. And if you look at the tail of the dart, at the tip of the tail, you can see, I hope, that there's a little hole carved in the end of the dart. Now we know that people could throw darts with their hands, like that, but we also know that Stone Age people could use tools to help them throw their darts even further. And those tools, we call them dart throwers or spear throwers, those tools all needed to have a little hook in the end to fit in that hole there. And some people looking at that bison think that the back leg of the bison, the one back leg of the bison, was a hook to fit in the back of that dart, the back of a dart, so you could throw it. Now, you wouldn't hold the bison like that to throw the dart. What they think is that there was a handle, that the bison actually had a much longer antler handle so that they could hold it and make their arm longer to throw the dart further. But the handle broke off. And when the handle broke off, some people think that what they did was, rather than throw it away, that they altered this bit so that the bison's head was facing the other way. So it might have been a bison all along, but to begin with, when it was a dart thrower, the face might have been going that way into a handle. And so they kept it because it was special. Now there's another bit of a mystery about this. If you look close up, you can see that the bison appears to be licking something. It appears to have its tongue sticking out. But is it the bison's tongue? Or is it a bison that has a dart sticking out of it because it's been hunted and it's turning its head because it's been wounded? There's another prehistory mystery that we may never be able to answer. This is a particularly beautiful piece of art. It's very famous and it's certainly one of my favourite. I've been to the museum in France to see this one 4 times, and I'm sure I'll go again. So there it is, the Madeleine Bison. Beautiful piece of carving from many thousands of years ago. And if you look in Stone Age Boy, somewhere in Stone Age Boy, you can see a drawing of that bison, and you can also find a drawing of people using a spear thrower.